Hello and welcome to Creatives on the Couch. It's great that you can join us for today's episode. You might notice it's a little bit different for this one. My gorgeous TV wife Monique cannot be with us today, so it's just me, myself and I, but it's fine. Now joining me on today's episode is a gorgeous, beautiful and insanely talented actress and director and scriptwriter. This is Tricia Sammy Rose.
Hello.
I'm so glad that you are finally here. It's taken me long enough to get you here.
I know, I'm so excited.
Are you alright?
I'm fantastic.
How was Blackpool this morning?
It's really, really good.
Yeah?
I was just so excited to come here this morning and see you.
Oh, bless you. No, it's really nice to have you here.
Thank you.
We're going to go right the way through careers and just have a bit of a giggle, because me and you just seem to laugh all the time when we're together.
All the time.
It's like soulmates.
We should be.
No, I agree. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make a pact.
Let's.
Soulmates. Damn what people say!
Yes.
So, you've been in this business a very long time, haven't you?
I have, absolutely.
Yeah, don't suffer fools gladly.
No, absolutely not.
Good.
I wanted to be an actor from childhood. It's
Yep.
all I ever wanted to do. So I grew up in Zambia. And so the culture there is completely different from here.
In what sense?
It's, my parents were literally, acting's not work. You've got to.
Get a trade!
Yeah,
Be an electrician!
Yeah, it was all about, getting an education. Always make sure you have an education. The acting thing was just not a thing.
Okay.
The amount of trouble that I got in as a kid to go and do auditions or go and do shows, sneaking from home and not telling my parents.
Stop it.
The amount of punishment that I got
Oh.
until they ended up realizing that, oh my gosh, she just loves, she wants to be an actor. That's what she wants to do. Yeah. They rolled their eyes.
Yeah.
At it.
Are they still rolling their eyes?
I think they're over it now. I
Okay.
think, yeah, they've kind of got to grips with it.
Wow.
But it's something I always wanted to do. I had little weird parties in my bedroom.
Go on. Go on.
Not those kinds. Yeah, I always used to make little scenes up and have my dolls all aligned, and I'd create little scenes.
Can I let you in a secret?
Go on.
Because I did exactly the same, although I did it with Lego.
Did you?
Seriously, I had everything you could imagine, the riding school, the airport, all of it.
Yeah.
And I built myself this Lego world.
Oh my God.
And all of my little Lego characters, they all had their names and their voices, but they were all in my head. They were there. And so I created this soap opera.
Yeah.
And I sat in the middle of it with all this world around me.
Oh my God.
And we had shows. I burnt buildings down. I blew things up. Tornadoes ripped through it. Seriously screwed up.
Oh, are we okay, or is it art?
It turned into a Banksy. Seriously. But no, I've never met anyone who did the same as that.
Absolutely. It's almost as if I had this repressed closet.
Yes.
Yearning for wanting to be an artist, and because nobody was supporting me and hearing me, I just did all these things that were regarded as a bit weird.
I love that.
And I got comfortable with being weird.
You see, I still play with Lego now. There's some in the dressing room here.
I've given up on creating little fake scenes with my dolls.
You just build real ones now.
I build real ones now.
So
Absolutely.
when did you leave and come here?
I came to the UK in 1997, so I was 17.
Okay.
My dad is from England, but all my dad's side of the family are English.
Okay.
And my mum's family are Zambian. So I had been to the UK before prior, but I just didn't live here.
Right.
Yeah, it was a huge cultural shock, but it was amazing because there were so many opportunities here and so much freedom, and I could be the
you could
artist.
be free.
Yeah, I could. People didn't judge that. You wanted to do drama, even at school, university. They kind of like nurture you to major in what it is that you're good at.
Yes.
Whereas where I came from, it was like that. No, well, you have to.
What did they want you to be?
Lawyer, doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. accountant.
Yeah. I'm no good with a calculator, let alone adding things up.
I was an artist. I just was not an academic.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much, I was forced to do that. It wasn't going to work, And I'm a mom, and I nurtured my children that way. It was like, we all can't be the same.
Yes.
I have 2 of my children who are academics, and one I never ever in the whole 24 years have had homework. So, and that was okay, because it's like, okay, you're good at sports, so be that. So I think it helped me to be an understanding parent.
How many kids have you got? So
3.
You've
I'm
got
a breeder.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And their ages? So what are they?
So 25, 24 and 20.
Lies! You're like 3 years old or something.
Thank you. 3.5. 3's way too
Just
young.
Push it a little bit, yeah.
That's it.
So you suddenly found yourself in the UK and all these doors were opening for you and people accepted you.
Absolutely.
Wow. So where did the journey go from there? From getting into the UK, what was your next step?
I fell in love and started a family. So the acting went onto a back burner. And I remember having a time where the children were really driving me absolutely bonkers. And I had a bit of a episode, where it was like that, oh gosh, I can't believe this is my life.
Rips up some clothes.
There's just nappies everywhere.
Scissors through the toothpaste.
Yeah, I'd had enough. It was just one of those days.
Yeah.
And I remember switching on the TV, and this is the strangest thing that's ever happened to me. And
second strangest, you met me. Let's get it right.
That's not strange, because we're both strange.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I remember switching the TV on, and it was like a TED Talk, but it wasn't TED Talk. And it was really strange because the guy on it was talking about how we put limitations on ourselves from doing things that we want to do, and how we make excuses.
Always. And
then he ended up saying, if you close your eyes, what would you be if there was no limitation? If there was nothing that was stopping you, what would you be? And it doesn't matter how crazy it is. It can be the most crazy thing to another person, but to you, what would you be if no one would judge you? If there was loads of money, there was, the first thing that came to my mind was like acting. I always wanted to be an actor.
Wow.
And then he followed on by saying, whatever it is that's in your mind, do it now. What's stopping you from doing it? And I was like, I wouldn't know how to become an actor. And then it's almost as if he was listening to my thoughts, and he was like that, well, research it. Find out how. Like, you've got the internet, find out how you can do this. And I remember typing in on Google, how to be an actor.
Did you?
I did. And the first thing that came up was like, take some classes.
Okay.
And then I thought, that's what I'll do. I will go and take an acting class, a screen acting class. And that's what I did. And I never looked back.
Wow. Met your tribe. What a nice thing to think and feeling. So you felt alive then, the mum, the wife was kind of there, but now it's my turn.
And I finally found somewhere that I fit in.
Nice feeling, isn't it?
Yes, I absolutely just fit in, and I thought, I lose myself, and this is where I belong.
Okay.
It just felt like that's where I was from.
Yeah.
It wasn't a country, it wasn't, a place, it was there, this was it.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, Tricia Sammy Rose found herself.
Wow. Yeah, no, I totally get that. When I started my journey all those years ago, going into and doing sort of the working men's clubs and stuff, and starting my journey with YMCA and everything, that was where I felt safe.
Yeah.
I felt as though I wasn't judged, and I felt I could be true to who I want to be. Being a kid from a you know, a working class family, you know, a single parent family. My mum, you know, is the most incredible, supportive, beautiful woman imaginable in my rocking life, you know, who told me, follow your dreams, follow your dreams, follow your dreams, you know, but being a kid from Doncaster, you're expected to get a trade again, you know, or, you know, it's a pit working village, and, you know, as it was, you know, and a pit town. I'm a proud Doncaster lad, but there was a burning inside of me. There was something more that wanted to get out. And so, yeah, I know that feeling of that moment when you walk on a stage or anything and think, yeah, I belong here.
I can picture you in a gorgeous tradesman outfit. Lugging bricks.
Lugging bricks? Well, you know how much I love DIY. I should realistically have my own DIY show for building things. I built a stream in lockdown on a pond, but you've got me in a tradesman outfit in your mind. You're a monster.
Listen, anything you put your mind to, you can do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So from there, obviously, you write, you direct, you act. You know, you're like a triple threat. I've just got this vision of me carrying bricks now. It's like grand designs. Here we go.
I think that there's a show in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Shall we do it?
In heels.
Do it. Always. So then, obviously, you started getting more and more roles and things like that. So where was it? Stage, television, film?
Yes, theatre. I did theatre. I did a lot of theatre to start out with, which is really, really good because I was just starting out and I felt like theatre is where you need to be there because the pressure's there.
Yes.
It's live.
The audience, that buzz, the lights, that sound.
It is. So
it's
I felt
magic.
like I threw myself in the deep end.
Okay.
So it frightened me half to death, but it exhilarated me at the same time.
Yeah.
So I absolutely loved that. I did a lot of fringe.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
what
theatre.
Way to learn.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I learned to fail forward. I learned to make mistakes. I learned to be strong within the industry.
Yes, yeah. And, you know, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
Tricia, we all do stuff. And, you know, it takes a real man to apologise.
Absolutely.
As you know.
Yes.
And, you know, there is not one person watching this, not one person out there who can hold their hands up and say, well, I haven't made a mistake.
No.
But it's how you come through it and it's what you learn from that situation.
Absolutely.
Now, you've just come out of a massive film that is going to be released very, very soon. How did you find that? How was the leading man in that one?
I wonder.
Was he all right?
He was phenomenal.
Was he?
Yeah. He's got the same name as you.
Seriously? What a coincidence that one is. No, the day we met, do you remember that? You were stood in that alleyway and...
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, the day we met, I got out of the car, didn't I? And obviously we'd never met before. And I think I just looked at you and fell head over heels in love with you. Instantly. Sometimes you just get that feeling and we just click from day one.
Absolutely.
And you hated my character, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Hated it with vengeance.
I did.
Goodness, the way you looked at me.
Well, I had to literally get into character for that. The chemistry between us was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I'd literally felt like I'd known you my whole life. We just straight away clicked. The characters clicked.
Yeah.
And
that tension. Yeah. Sexual tension.
That's what he says.
Sounds good, that is. Sexual tension. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was just palpable, wasn't it? Just
I loved doing those scenes with you. Absolutely. Wow. Very gripping.
Yeah.
And you also made it easy for me to act. I wasn't acting. You know, you literally, you know this. There's nothing worse than going on set and then having your co-star, you know, when you're dragging, and then just now and again you just have this bounce of tennis.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like in this world and it's real.
Yeah, it was. And I think the way that Natasha look to Adam,
Absolutely.
you know, that you wanted to rip my throat out and I just wanted to rip your clothes off. It was just...
It was really good.
Yeah, and I think we created something quite special with that, which hopefully the audiences are going to really enjoy.
Well, certainly enjoyed playing that character.
Yeah.
One of my favourites.
Seriously?
Yes, one of my favourites to date.
Yeah,
yes.
no, I completely agree. You know how I feel about the movie.
Yeah.
And what we created through Boarhog. And, you know, being Adam has been one of the highlights of my entire life. But that's only possible by working with amazing people, you know, sharing the screen with you, with Nicola, with Tom.
Yeah.
You know, look at what myself and B created as well. You know, and I think we became such a unit, didn't we?
Did, yes.
That it created magic.
Absolutely.
It really did. So,
You stole the show.
Did I?
As per usual, yeah.
Well, you know, they throw me into these things, so to be rude not
I wanted to steal the show.
You wanted to.
Right, I was like, well, I'm the star of the show today.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'll just stand in the background. Yes, but no, it was good, and you know, you have got that that magnetic energy. You know, there's something about you that makes like me want to be a better person. You know, I've found a lot of strength from you. So yeah.
Do you want me to cry on
Yeah,
TV?
no. But, yeah, people must tell you all the time, but you are a very, very special person. You know, so I hope you know that you are very talented.
Thank you.
So you know, aside from that, you know, you've got other stuff coming up as well, haven't you? What else is coming up?
Well,
where do we start with this one? Oh, okay. So where else? So yeah, what else is happening?
So I have a feature film coming up called A Road to Redemption.
Okay.
It's a film about trafficking.
Right.
This story is partly a true story.
Right. Okay.
It's one of the saddest stories I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also one of the most inspiring stories I'd ever heard. And I was blessed enough to meet a person that something like that has happened to.
Okay.
And it made me really sad, and I feel proud to be able to tell this story. And obviously it's partly, you know, most of it is
dramatised as well.
It's dramatised, yeah, of course. But the inspiration behind the story was one of my very good friends.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. So we're filming that in November.
Mm-hmm.
Then after A Road to Redemption, I have a film which is... I'm writing it at the moment, Stalker, nearly at the back end of it, feature film.
It sounds like a psycho.
I wonder who might get a role in that one. Cough, cough.
Well, she said it on the telly now, hasn't she?
Can't take it back.
Can't take this one back, can she?
And then after that, we're going to do a horror/psycho thriller, which is also being written right now, called Sinister Avenue.
Ooh.
The name's in the title.
Oh, it's a sinister avenue.
It is a very sinister avenue.
Horror version of Coronation Street.
Basically, yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get very much into filmmaking and directing.
What would you leave the acting to one side and focus mainly on the directing? Is that?
I want to do everything.
Okay, why not? What is it from Willy Wonka? I want the world. I want the whole world.
I do. I mean, I'm not giving myself big roles in my films.
Okay.
Because obviously I want to focus on creating and telling stories.
Yeah.
So that's my focus. And also, I remember going through a time, and I think most actors go through this time, where, you know, you struggle having to rely on certain people, you know, to give you these little breaks and certain platforms.
Yep.
And I then thought, you know what, I'm going to just create my own content, my own art,
Okay.
things that come from my heart. And now times have changed.
Wow.
Times have changed now. You don't need a network to pick you up. You know, you've got all kinds of platforms. Everything's on the internet.
Yeah.
So anyone can now do anything that they put their minds to.
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so now I feel like I can be more in control. And when people say to me, it'll be great when you get your big break. And then you think, well, I got my big break the moment that I realized that I have something that I really love to do.
Yes, you really enjoy what you're creating.
Yeah, so I don't need, like, what do you mean when you get your big break?
Yeah.
My big break is every day.
And the films are great, and, you know, we all pull together.
Yes.
And we just have to keep swimming, don't we? Sometimes we feel like we're in quicksand.
Absolutely.
And it's literally about just carrying on and following our dreams.
Yeah.
You know, and who is anybody else to realistically say, you can't do that?
But you know what? That's a them problem.
Yeah.
Because as far as... that's a you problem, huh?
That's all you!
Yeah. A me problem is I'm not doing negativity surrounding art. You know, create from your heart and do what you love. Don't let any limitations. I don't believe in that. You know, I don't believe in listening to people saying how hard it is. That was hard for you.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want to do, and that's okay. You know, God bless. For me, you know, if I can't achieve something in one way, I will create another way for me to achieve what I need to achieve.
I think that's the message that I've done a lot of these episodes, and we've had a lot of really inspirational people on, and I know that our audiences are watching and thinking, you know, I could do that, but I'm scared. I mean, what would you say to them, realistically, if people are sat there on their sofas watching now thinking, I want to be Tricia?
Well...
Do it!
Tricia had never even written a film before. Tricia just had an idea in her head, and she scribbled all these ideas on a piece of paper that didn't even make any sense. And she just grabbed them like this and was like that, how do I even put the dialogue together? But guess what? I did.
Yes.
I did, and I had never written before. I have had a lot of support, I must say, because, you know, no man's an island. I've got loads of people who support me, including yourself.
Always.
I've been given some great advice. I have worked with some very, very creative people, so I pick up from people.
Yes.
You know, I learn what I can. And
you've got a supportive family. I mean, your partner is absolutely wonderful, isn't he?
Oh, yes. He's the
You
best.
know, look at that smile again. You know, he really is a lovely man, isn't
Absolutely.
he? You know, and your kids are behind you every single step of the way.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just feel like life is what you make it, and make it count. And this is not a cliche. It's actually like, you know, what people should live by. You know, don't worry what people think. You know, they'll think what they want. You can't sway somebody to like you if they don't. You can't sway someone to think that what you're doing is funny, or you're not good at it, or you know, you're not pretty enough, you're not this. You're not going to stop people from thinking what they're thinking. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to strongly and confidently just make your own path.
You have. I think my grandmother always used to say to me, what somebody else thinks of you is none of your business.
Absolutely.
And I quite like that, and I've taken that on board recently, and you know, you grow from it. You just have to.
You really
just
do.
think, whatever. You know, this business is so full of different jealousies and different egos and everything. But then occasionally you come across a true, genuine, nice person like yourself who is doing it from a good place, you know, and wants to make people's lives better and wants to enhance people's lives, you know, and that's all testament to you and your life and your children and your partner as well.
And I learned, I've you know, not been a saint, you know, I had to learn the hard way to drop my ego.
Yeah.
You know, so there isn't an actor who hasn't gone through that egotistical stage where it's all about you, and then you grow from it. You know, I've learned to be like that. Get your ego out the way, you know, and create. create. Stop worrying. It doesn't matter about anything else.
So if people want to find out more about you and see what you're about and what projects you've got coming out, you're on all the social media handles.
I am. So I'm on IMBD as Tricia Sammy Rose. I am on Facebook, Instagram, but not on Twitter.
No,
I don't know why I don't tweet.
Well, you've got an amazing journey ahead of you.
Yes.
You've got these films coming up. We're going to be working together loads.
Of course.
Yes. So I'm just so glad that you came on my show. Thank you.
I'm so thankful.
So much for being here.
For having me.
Adore you. Hope you've enjoyed this episode of Creatives on the Couch, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye for now.